I think a lot of fair arguments have been made here as we start making our way into the Land of Dawn for our third match here today. It's a big one, a best of one. It's Onic facing off against Team Spirit. Let's see how this breaks down.
XO Hall has packed up.
Wow.
With Sonics and Indonesians wanting to support, of course, the champions of mlbb and hoping that another Indonesian team will be a step closer to making it to the knockouts with one already there. Meanwhile, for Team Spirit, we're waiting to see if Hiko Mania will finally make a triumphant comeback. And how well Sao and Sunset Lover can handle the mid against Keyboy and Sans with a salvo of trades already started by the two.
And that's exactly how you want to see this game progress, especially for that mid lane. These constant trades are necessary to make sure that these supports might be a little bit slower in reaching certain areas of the map. And that could open positional advantages for Onic ID. But for as what we've seen so far, I'm surprised that Skylar, he's played in a meta Bruno versus the Granger very often, but at the same time, is it something that they needed now? Whose call was this?
Yeah, it's interesting. Even using the fighter emblem too, which we do see commonly nowadays, but it's just so weird to see the Bruno back here that we're in M7 now, because in M6 it was a thing, but now it's not even paired with a Mathilda or anything like that. So it's literally all by himself.
Yeah, up against a Farsa, up against a Leomord, up against a Joe. No Purify.
Yeah, this first blood is really going to predetermine how big of a snowball the team who finds it first is going to get. Because Sawon as well, he's looking for opportunities, but he has to be careful as soon as level 4 comes through. But at least for one shot, right? He doesn't mind. We're not the ones who have to continuously engage. Onic ID are the ones who need to find holes.
Wow, this gold lane matchup is really interesting. I know we've talked about the Granger not having such a great time in terms of the laning so far because of the adjustments, but it seems like he's managing it pretty well up against the Bruno so far. Skylar's already half HP, but now we might get to see something break out here down bottom.
Trying to check if any of the roamers are going to be able to hit level 4 before the big fight breaks out. Kid Bomba handling Ludwig very well in lane. Sao might want to get that.
No level 4s just yet for the roamers. Sao's really close though.
He's getting there, but I think they both understand. We're just gonna delay this, right? Well, jungle's at level 5.
Yeah, there it is.
Everyone's all around. Oh, there's a picture fight from Sans. He catches one shot, not even able to contest. Ludwig nearly taking him down. And there's the way of the dragon from Sao. They catch Ludwig, but will Keyboy be enough to finish off the job? Ludwig falls down first, and one shot still alive. Keyboy might be next, and Hiko, will he pick up the kill? He will.
That was a great connection between Sao and Sunset Lover to make sure they got the first kill of the game up against Ludwig, and great job by One Shot to escape.
How does he live that? How is he allowed to live that for so long? And I think that it's one auto attack away. Ludwig, he had damage, literally put him at 1% and it still wasn't enough. Let's quickly go and look at the hand cam here, because again, you're expecting from Kyrie's side, he needs to be hyper vigilant when it comes down to farming at a ridiculously fast pace.
Once again, Onic ID not getting the start that they're looking for.
Oh wait, that was actually the Tsunami Slap committed by Keyboy, but they did not expect One Shot to be there.
What were they trying to achieve with that?
They were going to go for they were trying to go for the explosion because Sans has his full combination up, but as soon as they saw Barbiel show up, they're like, we're backing off here. It's not worth it.
Sans didn't even have his Petrify. Interesting take. Hiko already has the Sky Piercer.
Wow.
Team Spirit still holding the front, holding the position.
How important is it for a Granger to snowball? And he got the he got a kill early on. So this changes so much in terms of the dynamics that we're about to see. And that was with Hiko already mostly winning out on the gold lane.
Can we first talk about some of these items, right? Because we're seeing more and more laners opt to say, you know what? I don't actually need these boots. These boots suck and they waste my time. So first item war axe for Luffy super early on in this game. And then we looked out to the bot side. Hiko, he's already built up straight. Fury Hammer right in to the... Oh, okay. Rather surprised they didn't go further than that, actually.
Yeah.
Why didn't they? I mean, someone had a potential flicker.
Onic were just quick to run away. Oh, now they go for the setup and the combo. Oh, but it seems like there was a bit of displacement. Sao doesn't actually go down, but now he finally does. Ludwig picks up the kill. Kid Bomba jumping in with the falling star mode. The bravest fighter already committed as well. But who will actually secure the objective. Lutpi still fighting everyone. Skylar with the
Boy.
free hit. Sunset Lover tries to run away, but Skylar finishes him off. Kid Bomba 2 doesn't survive. And what can One Shot and Hiko do? They're all by themselves.
Skylar and this signature pick, Bruno. Whether it be Bruno or Irithel, give him crit, he will carry.
Sunset Lover held on to that feathered airstrike, but the members of Onic were waiting. Lutpi still had the bravest fighter up for Sunset Lover to go back, and now Team Spirit, even though they had a Sky Piercer on Hiko's Granger, they could not hold on long enough to chain some kills. Onic also juggled the hits from the Death Sonata. Now we're seeing shades of the Onic that we're more familiar with.
For sure. And Lutpi, again, he wasn't discouraged after what happened the first time trying to get Sunset Lover. The second time, even braver, but he made sure that Sawa was out of the question as he utilizes his flicker to ensure spell. So again, in terms of resource management, Onic ID is just etching out Team Spirit ever so slightly.
Gotta be really mindful of how decisive the pickoffs are when you talk about Onic. I think there was just a slight miscalculation earlier. I think the title strike did not allow for the full combo of the Kadika to really connect, but it didn't matter. And that's the thing, if it didn't really get to, or if they weren't really able to execute it as flawlessly, yet we're still able to win the team fight, then that's a massive threat that they're talking about for Team Spirit.
I think that the massive threat comes down to how many resources do they lose after, because a lot of these fights that we're seeing right now, the most important fights end up saying, you know what, we just back away and nobody dies, right? And the fights that we are seeing people die, notice how there's very little cash conversion in the jungle, in the laning phase itself. Like, the differential isn't that big. Oh, Skylar, are you okay? Oh, nice flicker to make sure he doesn't get displaced. But as I was saying, right, Onic ID at this stage of the game, they're looking to try and supercharge somebody, right? They are willing to take as many fights in the early stages because it's not a matter of whether I get the kill or not. I just need you to press your battle spell.
Yeah, you force him out. Keyboy doesn't continue that attempt, but this is a 5-man rotation towards the gold lane. Or, okay, they're towards the turtle. Now, we see all members of Onic. Sao trying to look for a target. There's no bravest fighter just yet from Lutpi. Oh, he actually lands it onto Keyboy, but will the damage be enough? Hiko just going in with a free hit. They actually get to target One Shot, but still, the retribution is gonna be there. He secures the objective for Team Spirit, and now they're trying to run after the other members. Led by Kid Bomba, they actually get to reach Sans and Skylar, but they return under the turret.
Beautifully played by Kid Bomba, eating shot after shot, peeling for his team and making sure that the key initiators are taken away. That's how you deal with a composition that wants to pick you off. Make sure that their pistol either has no bullets or you take away the trigger finger.
You're watching two champions go at it. Well, now, Team Spirit, right after a big loss, again, we just said it, no alarm blaring in their camp, and they were able to fight that well. I like how Hiko was able to maximize his dashes to avoid the crowd control abilities of Onic ID when they were going for that chase. And Team Spirit, 2,000 gold lead. This could climb up even more, considering that no first-tier towers have been broken by Onic just yet. And One Shot now has a brute force breastplate. As we look at the win rate prediction brought to us by Realme 50 Pro 5G, 64% for Team Spirit.
And this is off of a 2K gold lead, or a 2K deficit, some may say, right? Now, Hiko already with the Malefic Roar already purchased, and early feathered airstrikes being thrown out because this is just posturing, right? Nothing really matters unless Team Spirit can almost guarantee a mid inhibitor, because once that mid inhibitor goes, this game is going to accelerate at a rapid pace. That's why Team Spirit, as you can see, moving down, holding control. They check the jungle, see, hey, there's no creeps there, we need to back off. We can't be wasting time.
Yeah, and these are really careful movements we're seeing from Team Spirit. At least they have Sao and Kid Bomba to ensure that all areas are covered and that Hiko and Sunset Lover will remain safe. And that's on top of the fact that they have Purifies by themselves. So it will be a bit more tricky for Keyboy if they really want to land these combos, because they might have to work not at the same time.
Setup so far. Look at this Lord setup. Net push down on bot side, net neutral top side. So good.
Great setup there by Kid Bomba. Lutpi now with an Oracle. Should make him a little bit more tankier to deal with, but that's even more shield he'll be getting for himself, which means Kid Bomba is happier.
Kid Bomba? Speaking of Kid Bomba, oh, now Keyboy actually goes in. He tries to look for a target. That's Sao once again, but he still has the flicker to survive. And now Kid Bomba catching two right from the back lines. Lutpi forced to flicker out, but the feathered airstrike finishes off the kill. And that's one man down for Onic.
God damn! Kid Bomba is feeling it today. Falling Star Moon, a preemptive Falling Star Moon, might I add, that he was charging to ensure that he was able to collapse upon the backline to buy that precious couple of seconds. They tried to take out the trigger man, Sawo himself, he manages to survive, and this was Team Spirit's response. Onic ID, the only thing that they are lacking right now is the fact that Sawo just isn't dying enough. He is still maintaining a good amount of income to stay relevant in this game.
The tension is razor thin here as the battle above the clouds sees Team Spirit taking the first Lord, and they will be taking the first commanding lead of this game. Team Spirit now, with the lineup that they have, playing around the Granger, the Leomore, the Farsa, Sunset Lover again on point. We put a lot of focus on him heading into this game with good reason, and he has proven why the focus was on him. Despite going up against the Kadeta and everything that could give him a lot of problems, Sawo and Kid Bomba have done so much to provide space for their Farsa.
And I just gotta say, we were questioning, or we were a bit surprised with the Prio, Cho, and Granger, but they're working together perfectly so far. In this game, you barely see them away from each other.
Kid Bomba said earlier they come from a region that has greatly improved with their own ideas, with their own style. If this is the flair that EECA brings to M7, I'm excited to see more of it. But Onic, they have been in this spot before against Boostgate in day one.
That's assuming that Team Spirit is going to let them get to that late game, right? I think that Team Spirit now recognized after that mid inhibitor is gone, well, sorry, mid tier 1 is gone, they take everything else off of the Lord push. A 5.2k lead is not bad for Team Spirit, but it's one team fight away from going back to net neutral. And that's something Team Spirit doesn't want to do. Notice that Sunset Lover earlier purchased Genius Wand on top of the Glowing Wand. Sans decides to go for something else. Goes straight into the wings, Blood Wings. Now, I don't know what that second item is going to be, but it needs to be just more raw burst.
It's gonna be tricky for them now. Even when Keyboy finds a target, Onic ID is not that safe, because now that Team Spirit's grouping up together, you saw the falling star moons come in from Kid Bomba and how unstoppable they are when they try and just run through the members of Onic ID. So now, what is next? There is the way of the dragon once again. They target Keyboy instead, so Keyboy could start things himself, but he still gets to escape, but not for long. Kid Bomba once again jumping into the backline. Sans not even able to commit a combo. He goes down next. Kyrie fortunately dashes away, but now it's Skylar and Lutpi. They are trying to run for their lives. Sans and Keyboy were the pickoffs of Team Spirit.
That was clean. The kick from Sawo and the follow-up by Bomba.
That's exactly what they were looking for. And Bomba, at the very least, if I am not looking to engage in Peel, I will clean up the mess left after. Now that they swept them under the rug, the real question is whether or not Kyrie is able to get in position to try and steal this Lord away while Team Spirit holds down the fort.
Could be. Oh, goes in with a bit of a spider. Doesn't commit the land shaker just yet. Sunset Lover sees where he is. 4 members, there's the withered airstrike. Gets to damage Skylar just a bit. Kid Bomba jumping once again. Keyboy already low. Gets bursted down by one shot.
Bomba!
And Kid Bomba! He's not letting go of these 4 members of Onic. And now they're completely zoned out. Look at him.
He's unstoppable. Falling Star Moon again. He knows he's too big for these boys to handle. This game is something.
This man, earlier he was talking about how they busted a toilet in Malaysia.
Yeah.
And now they're doing this to Onic. Team Spirit and Kid Bomba are doing this to the champions of MPL ID.
Well, what did we say about Kid Bomba and him doing Kid Bomba things? This is not the Kid Bomba we saw a couple of days ago.
Yep, it really isn't. But luckily, Kid Bomba now getting the arm of a piece of equipment. Blade armor is so important to keep himself alive here. But Skylar has also finished the Malefic gun. It's a stat check, but let's see as the Lord pushes in.
Okay. Another falling star moon, but they just do all of this to
Sawo!
zone out, but another kick from Sawo. Lutpi's the target. He doesn't have enough sustain. There's the immortality for Sawo, but he will still remain alive. Team Spirits gain access to the base. A flicker out from Keyboy, and now what's left? Onic ID! It's so